Toasters. Bar.
Global TV send another one. Oh, 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 oh. Global TV, I send them home. Yeah, man, this is Michael Buckley. I tell you, say, yo, the Global TV, yeah, man, me represent that 100%. Play the music, Global. Boom, shot.
Good morning and welcome to the Global Television Group. Thank you for joining us. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, all are honor. Good morning. Call L.A. Lewis. I'm very depressed this morning. Call L.A. Lewis. I'm very depressed. Make sure anyone on there know LA or enemy. I need to speak to LA this morning. Not on his phone, on social media, because I into everything. Call LA Lewis for me this morning, I beg, please. Tell him we don't have much time to waste this morning. David Jarvis TV, Sharon Bernard, Beat and Teach, Michelle Lewis Wilson, Sunshine, Yvonne Riley, Marcia Thomas, Georgia Dennis, Bros, Ralston Henry, Pauline Dixon, Vincent Dinan. Good morning. First time seeing you on the group. Thank you for joining. Audrey Robinson, Jason King, how are you? I'm going to call L.A. Lewis. Call L.A. Lewis. This is a disgrace. Fiona, morning. Errol Brown. Call L.A. Lewis, the millionaire. Member of the royal household. Family member of pedophiles, thieves, wrong-uns, and benefit scroungers. Call L.A. Lewis. Because your papa, your grandma, and your whole generation, L.A., live off a government subsidy. Call L.A. Lewis this morning. This is disgraceful. I, Jamaica, was shocked last night when images came to my phone of L.A. Lewis children standing in PATH program, government subsidy line to collect lunch. L.A. Lewis, come explain this. Walk and dash where money last sprints. Ejected from the royal family because that's who you are. Wrongans, pedophiles, and benefit scroungers. And you say you're Elizabeth's grandson. Ellen Lewis, is this an abuse of government subsidy? Because the way how LA rich over social media, should Coburn Gardens, primary and junior, have LA Lewis children and government subsidy? You know, when we did at school, we depicted them with it as a run, go home, go eat piece of bread and drink the lime beverage. And we PATH program designed for. PATH program never designed the millionaires who walk and throw money pan road and throw money up in our ear pan social media. Is this an abuse of government subsidy by L.A. Lewis? This is serious. Is either, no, there are abuse going on of your children, L.A. There's certain things I'm not going to talk about, L.A., but you have to fix certain things about you. Because every day you come out and you paint an image which me, you, and the sensible few know that's not true. But whole heap of people, L.A. Lewis, believe in the mad puss drinking, mad puss piss drinking tangents that you often go off on. Should L.A. Lewis children be on the PATH program? Should L.A. Lewis children be getting government subsidy based on how we see L.A. Lewis treat money in public? Do you think this is an abuse of government subsidy? Do you think this is denying other children who should be on those government subsidy when L.A. Lewis have 2 children have government subsidy at Coburn Gardens, primary and junior? Them something on the right, Jamaica. Every day we watch him over social media. I walk and dash with money. I walk and give her money. I pay a bad man and pay police to protect him. Every day we see L.A. Lewis on social media. I walk over and I earn money. I sell fake document and I own money. And LA children, them the PATH program. This is how you realize that people can get scammed and manipulated very easy. I hope I don't believe in that LA madness, you know. Especially someone in a diaspora. I only pound take up on the money. Send go give LA the documents, you know. I only pound send on the money. Go to LA Lewis to work Obia, you know. Because Jamaicans don't love Obia. Whether on a yard or at home or in a diaspora. On a love Obia in a quiet. This is a disgrace. They say L.A. Lewis will run around the world. The emperor, the broke pocket emperor, L.A. Lewis. Information has come to my knowledge that there are emotional, listen to my words carefully, emotional and financial abuse going on with your children. Your children, Mr. Lewis, from my understanding, are being subjected to financial and emotional abuse by Mr. Lewis. In particular, Mr. Lewis, your son, you would be aware of what I'm referring to. I'm not going to put it out in public, but you are aware once I mention your son, Mr. Lewis. There's serious emotional abuse, possibly educational abuse of your son, Mr. Lewis. I hope you can see it necessary to fix those issues. Fixing the issues of your children, L.A. Lewis. When I sit down here, I see the man, when I talk, say, L.A. Lewis children should be privately educated. The amount of money L.A. Lewis I dash up on social media. Am I 30 this, yeah? I say me 30 this? I say me 30 this, yeah? Make yourself known if you're 30. L.A. Lewis on children on government subsidy. But I'm more, Mr. Lewis, concerned about the financial, emotional, and educational abuse of your son. Oh, Tati from Mobile. No, me think I might Tati this to the original Tati from St. Catherine. Everybody should know who Tati Love is. Anyway, I am more concerned, Mr. Lewis, about the emotional, financial, and educational abuse because only we know so your pocket broke. But if your pocket broke, LA, you don't have to come walk and frighten with. Only we know your pocket broke. Only we know you're a scammer. Only we know you're pay bad man and police to protect you. That's where most of your money goes to. Paying bad man and police for protection because your claim say your life at risk. Then your life no must at risk if you walk around and attack the whole heap of madness. And your father used to abuse me, Jay. Tell your father to confess to his wife, Jay. Tell your father to confess to his wife the things that he used to do to me. Your fiddle. Yes. Tell your father to confess to his wife about the abuse where him abused me. Yeah. And that's your fiddle. But anyway, let's get back to the millionaire, Elizabeth grandson, member of the pedophile and wrong'uns clan, L.A. Lewis. Stop abusing your children. Spend your money upon your picnic them. You're working enough money upon social media, LA. Just the work, but not even talk about the money them where you scam in the obia and the fake document. Your monetization across social media, L.A. Lewis, should be enough to privately educate your children. But then, when it turns up, J-Tam, you just jump from one platform to the other. So you see the benefit of me having a lot of platform, Jay. You can just jump here, there, and everywhere. Anyway, me I go make you stay because you sound like one of them ill one, like L.A. Lewis. Hopefully one day when me I do great contents, which I do, Jay, you will learn something. But for now, tell your father to confess to him wife, him too wicked. Angela Wagwan. This is disgraceful. When I talk about L.A. Lewis money yesterday morning, and some should not privately educate him children. Me say L.A. Lewis should buy a tin of paint, and get to Coburn Garden Junior and Primary and say, fix up the school, do something for the classroom, do something for the school where your children them go, as such a powerful influencer on social media, as such a multi-millionaire in Jamaica. And your children, L.A. Lewis, me can't even post them picture there. They can not put out picture of picnic. It was disgraceful. When me there talk to the man, me never know say people are going to send picture come and give me say, look, yeah, it was Sarah and where you talk say. How them are going to get a private school if them depend part lunch? LA, that's disgraceful. That is scamming the Jamaican people. That is scamming the education budget, LA Lewis. When you can walk on social media and dash with so much money and your children, them are line up in a parts program to collect government subsidy lunch, LA Lewis. This is disgraceful. But then again, as I told you yesterday morning, LA Lewis has no interest in education. So LA Lewis don't care if him children them learn or not. Because when LA was going to school, and you can ask Twins of Twins, you can ask Buju Banton, and you can ask all the people who LA was in school or in class with, when he turned up at school, the class used to stand and cheer. He is a visitor. He's not one of the regular that come to school. Go and check any school record archive at that time, then on town or anywhere you go, LA Lewis. If there is a record, an attendance record of LA Lewis, what LA Lewis is known as is the West Kingston graffiti artist. That's what LA Lewis did when he should have been in school. LA Lewis still doesn't understand the value of education. Hence him a walk on a dash with money. LA Lewis, look here. Me not have children, but I've fostered one and I did great at parenting. I'm assisting in educating family member back home, LA Lewis. Do something for your children. Stop wasting time. We know say your mother ready. We know say you drink mad post piss. Quarts of it, LA Lewis. We know you're rich. We know a Elizabeth are your grandma. We know a Prince Charles are your papa. Yes, LA Lewis. We know all of them same thing there. What we want you to do, though, is to look after your children. In particular, Mr. Lewis, their education. Anybody know of me, they must know me, the education freak. That's my passion. That's why I went to law school at age 39. Because I have a passion for education. Otherwise, we could have just left it and dash it up and said, me too old to go back and sit down in a classroom. But no, I was still mentally ready and is still mentally ready. L.A. Lewis, education. An emperor like you. This is disgraceful. I never knew I would have come across such a blunder, L.A. Lewis. I know you're quite blunderous. But to see images of your children, in particular your son, L.A. Lewis, pay close attention. You know what it is to be done. I want to appeal to the grandmother of those children. I know it's hard dealing with a narcissist, a madman, but do whatever you can, in particular, to protect your grandson. This fool have no value anything except for the bullshit it would spout out of its mouth after drinking a gallons of mad puss piss. Then him come out here every day with the flyby nonsense of how rich he is and docile, manipulating viewers across social media. Lap it up, run off with it. Some of them goes to the bank with it. Because that's the reason why LA Lewis makes so much money. Oh, town. I know your money are the issue here, LA. Me never come out here to tackle your money. Me come out here to tackle the fraud. Was such a rich man. I deny other children of meaningful government subsidy because LA Lewis, the millionaire, have for him children, 2 children. LA have a lineup Monday to Friday. They call it government lunch. This is a disgrace. This is not the private LA Lewis under the bushel. This is not LA Lewis under the bushel. This is LA Lewis up in our face every day. Look after your children. Look after your children. Make sure their grandmother is involved. LA Lewis, why you keep the grandmother out of the children them life? Answer that question. And then you're a maroon emperor. Maroon emperor about family LA Lewis. The maroon community is about family. How come the children, grandmother, maternal grandmother cannot see them, cannot interact with them, cannot assist in their affairs? LA Lewis. What sort of so-called maroon are you? No value for family, no value for education. LA Lewis. And you still come out every day and talk? Somebody tell LA Lewis, say, come sort out this problem. Sort out this problem. Because you can't tell me say no go say no LA Lewis. Because Obiahu, because don't mind the jackass. Don't mind the jackass. Come out, come solve this problem. This is a disgrace. LA Lewis Pickney them shouldn't. LA Lewis and a maroon Lynn, but me only use the narrative where him use over social media every day. But if that's what LA is claiming to be, if that's what LA is claiming to be, then family value, education, LA Lewis, are 2 very important things for the maroon community. Education and family. How you fall short of them 2 there. Every day you come out, you come call Chief Corinium Drunkro. Drunkro, we can't even find dead meat for pitch pan. Drunkro without the red nose. Start the disgraceful affairs of your children out, LA Lewis. I don't need to put those pictures in public. I hope they never get in public, LA Lewis, for the sake of the children. But you must fix this. This is a disgrace. Emotional, financial, and educational abuse, LA Lewis. Your children and the wholeness where you, LA Lewis, you gave Andrew Wholeness lunch money when he go to school. And you're picking the arawa. I pay Andrew Wholeness, I pay you back. Is it that Andrew Wholeness is paying you back for the lunch money where you used to give him when you go to school, so that's your picnic them, depend government subsidy. This is a disgrace, L.A. Lewis. You can do better than that. I really think you can do better than that. Even if the money them where you walk and dash up on social media are fake money, I think you ought to make sure your children education and your children's social development comes first. From the information I've gathered, L.A. Lewis, none of those are your priority. None. Feckless madman in dirty white clothes. But never mind. Enough of that. And as a reminder, just to let you know that Drive Time London will return soon. And when Drive Time London returns, Drive Time London will return on the Global TV studio. That's the only platform where Drive Time London will be broadcast when it's returned on the Global TV studio 385. Make sure you're subscribed to our studio channel in order to keep up with the Drive Time London program, because we soon come back with it. Now, you know that accident in Manchester yesterday. Devastation is how, or devastated, or distraught is how Darrell Vaz felt. But it's not the first Darrell Vaz felt like this. There was an accident in May of this year that Darrell Vaz came out with the same distraught brouhaha. But in yesterday's accident was where Darrell Vaz triggered me. Where Darrell Vaz said, the death of the sixth grader reiterate the urgency of a rural bus transport, school bus service. That triggered me. You know why it triggered me? Because Darrell Vaz utterance should have come from or came from Philip Paulwell. Should have come from Philip Paulwell. But as a government minister, hey, Lewis, me hear say, if you ask yourself, how much you spend on back road at night time versus what you spend on back to school? Lord Jesus. What? Good morning, L.A. Lewis. How much you spend on back road at night time versus what you spend on back to school? Anyway, move on. But what triggered me with Darrell Vaz was when Darrell Vaz came out yesterday and spoke as an opposition. Because Darrell Vaz said, the accident reiterate the urgency for a school bus service. For those of you who are not aware, Darrell Vaz is Jamaica's Minister of Transport. Well gone, Karen. If you are not aware, Darrell Vaz is the Minister of Transport for our country. You would be aware, if you are following this government, that when it is politically expedient for this government, whether it be reinforcing Paula's tenure, or it is lumping and stealing the electoral office and the office of the political ombudsman, we know this government can emergency legislate. We know this government can legislate in the dead of night. But Darrell Vaz said the accident reiterate the urgency of a rural school bus service. May I ask this question, Darrell Vaz? Whose responsibility would that be to bring a bill to Parliament to make it law? Or, Mr. Vaz, another question would be, whose duty would it be to implement that service across the country under your ministry without even going to Parliament for a legislation? Isn't that a trigger? But I'm not going to cuss Darrell Vaz. I'm not going to cuss. What I would want to ask you, though, Mr. Vaz, what happened to Diane Smith, who murdered and raped Diane Smith, Mr. Vaz? And we know so we don't have aisle. So we want to know who murdered and raped Diane Smith, Mr. Darrell Vaz. I hope you can answer those questions. I wonder if you're distraught. I wonder if when you heard about the death of Diane Smith, Mr. Vaz, I wonder if you were devastated or distraught. Because when so we pick them dead at your hands, Darrell Vaz, you become devastated or distraught. Games them I walk and play with. And they know some me don't like the ramping. You all run, come out. Anytime you see there's blood and gore, you wanna run, come out, and I have an eerie fairy, fancy. How much mass shooting, Andrew Holness and Blind Harbor? How much mass shooting happened since Cherry Garden? Is it Andrew Holness or the parlor operator them? Archers, you know about none of them shoot up here? You know if the parliament archers appear, shooters to go around go shoot up crowd because I don't want body. Something are going in a Jamaica with do normal and our minds are searching. Horace Chap, Andrew Holness. Our minds are searching. The wanton killing. You come out the other day and unleash assault against the gang's prime minister. But from you unleash assault against the gang, there's an assault against 9-9 and set up. It don't add up, Prime Minister. Now make no sense. We heard Horace Chang came out the other day and told us that Chris Martin, they were never told that Chris Martin was going to a setup, blah, blah, blah. Who does that? Will the laws around us be changed where we have to get authorization from the government to have a setup? Is that where it is going? Or the government a clamp down pan set up, make him a walk around and send people come shoot up with set up to keep you in fear? What is going on, Andrew Holness? Because you want to run the show? You want to run the show, you know? You take you over from everybody. Nobody, camera can't point on nobody around here. Me see you push Darrell Vaz out. Me see you push this out. Even Dollar-Archie. Even their Dollar-Archie. But me, I'll go play Dollar-Archie's speech before me get to her because I don't know if I will have time to deal with Dollar-Archie this morning.
Our regional director is here as well. As you know, our regional director is here as well. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming back to school today all across Jamaica. Many of our schools, over 300 of them, suffered damage from Hurricane Beryl, JC included, but I am delighted to say with the work and the effort of the Ministry of Education and Youth across Jamaica, we have been able to get our schools back up and running for the first day of school today, Monday. And so I am delighted.
God Almighty, hands around me. All right, peace. Peace is mine. I'm not sorry for Jamaica picking it. When you don't hear the Minister of Education speak and read, I'm not sorry for not picking them. Me say if you're not sorry for not picking them, when you listen to the Minister of Education speak or read, peace is mine. Favor Williams. That's all me I gonna say to you this morning. Peace is mine. I don't know what I want. I don't know where it's going, Favor. Favor, I don't know how far it is going to reach. These are two of the debacles facing the education system where Prime Minister Watson rather runs. I run around and I talk about we have a good start of the school year so far. One of the issue, Prime Minister, from the juke and jab and stabbing, we notice Prime Minister, only power principal, them just a drop dead. So, we have no understanding of what I want. What principal now drop, them staff a bailout of the country. Go look greener pasture. Even though you and the wholeness tell the scholarship awardee yesterday say, if it Tanya, don't go look greener pasture. All if they have to carry bread and beverage. Go walk, Tanya and suffer. So the two issues faced in education right now is the dereliction of our infrastructure following Gilbert, coupled with a bailout, because I am hearing that Favor was shocked. This is how much teacher never turn up Monday morning. Or back in the days when we grew up, we call it September morning. If you grew up in a Philly era, you would have known, say, yesterday would be described as September morning, the first day back at school. Yeah. So we matter them don't call it September morning. This is the debacle facing our education system September morning. Teachers don't care, don't want to know because they can't handle the hungry. School packed down and government give contract to them friend them. Them friend them say, I'm a friend them give me contract, me will turn up, come do it when me want. What a disgrace. You wonder why L.A. Lewis decides, say, you know what? Make me just rub up in the disgrace too. And make me just make my pick to them take part lunch. But Favor and Andrew cascading around the country tell you, say, education, them have a good start. Da da dim ba da 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 dam. The Prime Minister da Bellview. Good morning. This is Global Television. We're standing outside the gate of Bellview this morning, where the Prime Minister was taken to last night, admitted for his lunacy and docility and his cockaloony fart in public. The Prime Minister utterance. PM say his cabinet ministers are sought after overseas. Hey, go shut up. Mike Henry, look here. Tell me who want them. Tell me. Jesus, listen here. We are only figure, you know, because we can't give you one for free. And we can hear 2 vibrata. What? Jamaica people, I know Bellview going in this. Talk to. Talk to if the Prime Minister not up at Bellevue, because it's only Bellevue patient. Walk and talk them, you thing. You would never hear any sensible Jamaican, but what you want to hear from your next Prime Minister? Who want them? Hmm? Who want them? Are we willing to throw them up, We willing to give well 1 for free and 2 for brata. Who want them? Who want Mike Henry, Prime Minister? We want to get rid of Mike Henry. We want to get rid of Everett. We want to get rid of Favel. We want to get rid of JC. We want to get rid of Andrew. We want to get rid of Juliet. Prime Minister, who wants them? Are you think that we are going to sell them? You think that we have time to put price on them? We'll give them for free and 2 for brata. That's how we want to get rid of them. Talk who want them. This is the lunacy of a jackass. A well-dressed jackass. That's what our Prime Minister is. Your cabinet. You're illicit. But then again, Britain, America, Canada, the whole of them are thieves. So, them are run out of stolen goods. Follow the logic. The old colonialists are running out of stolen goods, is it not, Prime Minister? So therefore, they know that when it comes to state thieves, Jamaica holds the most of it. Come closer, Prime Minister. Your administration hosts the most of it. So if the colonial master and look somebody to help them thief, where do you think they're going to go, Prime Minister? The Jamaican Parliament. We have tons and tons of them there. We can give one away free and give more of uno for brata talk. Oh, we're ready for share uno up. Come out here, pissing gibberish out of your mouth. It's what you always do anyway. You've never seen the Prime Minister open his mouth where it's not pissing rain of gibberish. Talk who want them. Talk who want them. Only for we line up for cast cow right now for put pan cow chuck. Prime Minister. Hag and goat, the man a buy. Them people are foreign. I buy hag and goat. Prime Minister talk who? We no want no money for them. Look at you. Look at you. Rubbing up yourself. All right, Prime Minister. If you're, because you're a narrative crafter. Gallons of it. Raymond V. Gallons of it. If there's an expert in drinking mad puss piss around here, it's a battle between L.A. Lewis and Andrew Holness. I don't know which of these 2 animals drink mad puss piss more than the other. But certainly, the Prime Minister is gobbling gallons of it. Hurry up and call the election, man. Hurry up and call the election. You know, see, your host of St. Lucia take cab web, sir. You know what, my case come out of our country. You know, see, foreign people want you. Pauline Dixon, thank you very much. I remember on over who, let me see. Anybody over Global TV Studio can support over there with super chats and all that tracks as well, because the Global TV brand is growing and monetizing. Me now go come out here come tell lie like L.A. Lewis or me have money. On the ear, I sat talk where they tell Rattigan say, don't sue me because me broke. Me broke. And even in a me broke state prime minister, me now come out and come tell no lie. For gather, mother, gather. Me no in it. I speak to fluently prime minister for tell lie. You see, when you tell lie, you have to swirl and twirl and look up in the ear and shut your eye like Rattigan. Me no in them gibberish there. Me a bad boy. Hmm? Look in your face, knock your chest, and tell you what me I tell you. Walk off and turn me back and don't give a toss. Whether you want drop down, you want wall, or you want pick up a stone or throw it at me. Hmm? Come out here with your gibberish. So then, Prime Minister, if you're moving on the narrative that Nigel Clark is being hoisted to the IMF to disrupt the developing world, where else them have to disrupt Prime Minister? Because they can't employ enough to do anything good. Anything them are going to employ enough for is to disrupt third world and developing economies. Hmm? What would any foreign government interested in a favor for do? Chang can go foreign. Can Chang go to foreign? Hmm? Can Chang go to foreign? Everywhere Dr. Tufton go, Dr. Tufton hear dead babies bawling. Is it not, doctor? Hmm? You just got to look at Chang. The blood are run down his face and can't keep him eye open. What are they going to do with him? I mean, the Americans have lavish casket. We could send Mike Henry along, couldn't we? Hmm? The Americans do the size casket that Mike Henry can fit in. Why don't we send Mike Henry along? And we can also throw in Everett Warmington and Bobby Montague as brother. I mean, who wants Bobby Montague to do what with the Prime Minister? Hmm? I mean, Flight Green, I could see how Flight Green and what's the other aunts, how they would want Flight Green and what's the little pretty boy from London called? Samuda. I would see how Rattigan would use them as nurses in the way he would use President and Jeffrey and those that I see that nurse behavior. Warmington. I mean, we don't have pig pens. Why? We don't have pig pens in foreign, you see. We don't have pig pens in foreign. What do you think? What do you think we would want to be doing with him? I mean, J.C. Hutchinson. I mean, you know, the casket, the Americans have the casket, them where you do cremation in a, yeah. Who else? Who else would you send? Who else would they ask for? Orlando Terrelong. Yes, we know he likes to wield knife and guns in it, Terrelong. Other than wielding your skirt, Orlando, we know you like to wield knife and guns. Ask Jermaine Jr. and Patrick Bailey about it. Jermaine Jr. felt the blow. Patrick Bailey was an evidence to it. Kamina Johnson. Yeah, Kamina Johnson could go and play one of Rattigan's nurses as well. Who else? Who else? Bratters. Let's look at the Bratters. Who are we going to give away for free, and who are we going to give away for Bratter? Babs can go on the Bratter side. This is a disgrace to hear the Prime Minister speak gibberish. Utter gibberish. Oh, time out. What else do we have to put on the giveaway free or on the brought up block? Because we don't want no money for the nano. We don't want 2 pence for no nano. When we not give it free, we get the rest for brought. We don't want no money for no. So talk fast, Andrew Holness. Who want them? We ready to share them up. You won't have hands. Forget them off of your hands the way how we willing to help you get them off of the country hand. Who else? Who else do we have? Who else do we have? Who else them want? Dana Morris Dixon. I mean, who will buy her? She cannot tell a straight lie. I mean, the Tuffy cannot go anywhere there. Everywhere Tuffy go, the baby them just a walk on a ball, so. Everywhere Tuffy go, the baby them just a walk behind Tuffy and a ball, so. So, him can't go anywhere because Nice follow back on him. Who else do we have? Who else? Who else in the cabinet? Because we know Horace Chang can't fly. So, who we would have? I wonder if there's any country. We know Africa don't want none of them. Africa have its own set of thieving, corrupt leaders. Africa knows if them leader thief. So I not think no African country prime minister asks for them because we are black people, we know how to thief. Which country? Which country? No, Andrew is the truck driver. Hey, the man a buy. Wagon goat, the man a buy. We don't want no money for them, prime minister. We willing to give one of them free, like how we give Mike Henry free, and we give Montague and Warmington as brata. We give Chang free, and we give Babsy and Favor as brata. Come the people now, if we work out the thing, we'll pack the ag truck. Son a shine out a door. When son a shine out a door, don't make the prime minister and his gibbery and carnality get the better of you. Because L.A. Lewis and Andrew Holness have on right way. Them want to smooth reopening of school reported so far. Look at the education minister in front of the mic, and then Favor knows long though. As a Favor knows so long all the way. Or Andrew Itch and something else on it. No, it's quite long this so. But why Andrew Holness have a habit of pushing out all of the minister them? So Andrew Holness, here is the thing. Who is auditioning here? Because you take over them posts. Them can't get to what them do what them fair do. For sure, thief like Biden and Trudeau and what did nasty one down here so name? Starmer. Because those are the people that I would imagine, or Macron. Remember, Macron is one of those spooky one. It is said that Macron's wife is his male teacher back then, but then you would have to go and ask Candice Owen. I don't know. You have to ask Candice Owen about that. Who want them prime minister? You keep us waiting too long. Cockburn. Okay, we can give what Cockburn for free. And who do we put as the brata? Marsha Simmet as a brata and who else? Marsha and who? So That one they free, Catburn free, Marsha Abrata. Who else Abrata? Because remember, you know, we give everyone we give away, we give 2 brata on it. This is how much we want to get rid of you. Hmm? This is how much we want to get rid of you. We're willing to give you 1 free and 2 for brata. No, not to pay no money. No. We want to get them off our hand. We have more than what we can bear. Mike Henry for free. Them 2 side of him for brata. Orange Chang for free. Babsy and Faval for brata. Jamaica, this is serious. When our cabinet, when Andrew's cabinet cannot do their job to the point where we have seen where Andrew Holness has taken over portfolio. All right, we'll give a currency for free. And who are them? No, but currency in the cabinet. I'm cabinet member them we are talking about. Him say cabinet. So we are talking about him front bench of them. The elicitors, the state secretaries and the junior ministers. Those are what he's referring to. Currency have no who want to give them away and give brata on top. We have wholly too much of them. Damn fool. Big Rob and Samoda. So no, Big Rob and Samoda are brata. So who are the one where we are going to give it? We can give it, all right, we give it Tough Tan, and then we give Big Rob and Samoda as brata. We'll get rid of no. We'll get rid of no. We want to tangle up with foot. We want to walk in a peace. We want to walk on a drop of dot. We willing to go nowhere free and give brata on top. Because there's no point of us keeping honor. What have you all done? Dear God, help us make Trump win the next election. Me no more hope I'm going to go off on the slenders and braggers and on the ruckus and help us make Trump win the election. That's the only way we're going to escape possibly a catastrophe in the next 4 or 5 years. Because the way the Americans, the blind Joe Biden with the pedophile son is behaving. You see them steal Medora plane. Just where we saw the Americans and them friend them stole 300 billion from Russia. And what they stole Russia money to do, use Russia 300 billion with them thief, buy weapon, give Ukraine to fight Russia. This world is going down in fire. Most of them don't understand geopolitics. I think my relaunch of Drive Time London, I'm going to do a geopolitics breakdown as to where we really are. Because this dead man, Joe Biden, that should have been dead long time, is still out here stoking war. But you, what the little dirty boy they name? The little puppet we bend over for the Americans them. What the little dirty boy name with the America? The little faggot. Yes, Mali Malahu fought I give a free Nesta and somebody else for brother. The one Guaido. Your day, one Guaido, is coming. Your day Remember, I want to try this with Cuba. So much, so much, so much. So much. But I don't think people understand the heightened tension of US submarine in the Guantanamo Bay and Russian submarine in Cuban harbor. This world is waiting for a clash. Another Cuban missile crisis is upon us. The only thing that might hold it off is a success of Donald Trump at the polls in November. Because if this Jewish lackey, Kamala Harris, is elected, the bloodstream on this planet will just be about to start running downstream. Thank you for being here with us this morning on the Global Television Group. Thank you very much. I hope that Andrew can come to his senses. He's not going to step aside his senses. We want him to call the election. Beat and teach. You say no Trump, me say no Kamala. That's the danger to the world. I am worried about the blood of Palestinian children. I am worried about the blood of children across this planet if Kamala Harris, and let me say this on Kamala Harris before I go. This tells me America cannot speak to me about democracy anymore. America cannot speak to me anymore about a rigged election. This is the most rigged election we have ever seen on the planet. Nothing for the Democratic caucus was followed. What we have here is dictatorship. Kamala was selected, not elected, by the Democratic caucus to run against Donald Trump. This is the most rigged US election we're ever seen in front of us. If this election was in Russia or in China, it would be in the news every day as to how the election is being rigged. Thank you and good morning, good afternoon from Global Television.
Our regional director is here as well. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming back to school today all across Jamaica. Many of our schools, over 300 of them, suffered damage from Hurricane Beryl, JC included, but I am delighted to say with the work and the effort of the Ministry of Education and Youth across Jamaica, we have been able to get our schools back up and running for the first day of school today, Monday. And so I am